Hello friends, in this video we will see about the arrays in Java. So in this video I will cover one dimensional array, and in the next video I will cover about the two dimensional array in Java. First let us understand what is an array in Java. So array is fundamental data structure of computer programming. So it is a fundamental data structure. You have seen arrays in C, C++, and now in Java also, right? So array is a fundamental data structure. Next, in Java, array is a reference data type. Now reference data type means when the variable of the array does not store the data like the primitive one, it stores where the this array is stored in the. So it is basically it stores the reference of where this array is stored. So I will cover this how it is done in the next slide. Now an array is a collection of elements of similar data type. That means of same data type we can have multiple values in the array. So the main use of array is that we can store multiple values of similar data type in a variable. So in array we can only store multiple values of one similar data type only. Okay, so this is the main use of array. Now let us see the practical implementation. In this we will see how to declare an one-dimensional array in Java, access the elements, update the elements, and uh, assign the values to the in the array. So let us first we will see first the practical implementation. Then I will explain how it will work internally, how arrays will work internally once we are done with practical. Here I have created an class of array practice in com.java.array package. In that we have a main method. Now we'll write the declaration, all the stuffs related to array we'll understand inside this main method only, because the Java program starts with the main method. Okay, so first we'll understand the declaration of array. In two ways we can declare the array. First one is, first you need to mention the data type, or we can say the type of array that you want to create. So I want to create an integer array. Then you need to give a square bracket. Then we need to assign the name of the variable. That means we need to give some name. I'm giving here ARR. Then equal to new. New is used to create an object. As we know that array is an reference data type in Java. Then we need to give again the data type of array, and inside this square brackets we need to write the length of array. Of what length we need to create an array. So I want to create an array of 3 length. So I have assigned here 3. This is what the syntax of array uh, in Java, how to declare. There is one more way also. We can say here, let us change the name to array1. So this square bracket that you have written this side, you can also write after the variable name. Both will create an array of length 3 and integer array of length 3. But I have explained both these things because sometimes when you will practice or research about the array, you will encounter either one of the way in the declaration. So you should be aware of both of them. But there is no difference in that. It will give the same output. So let us comment the second one and continue to explore the arrays in Java. So this is a single dimensional array because we have mentioned single dimension. Now the second thing is, suppose I want to add the values in this array. Now when you create an array in we have created of length 3. So what will happen that all the three values will be 0, 0 and 0, because whenever you create an array, all the elements, or we can say the each and every element would be the default value of the given data type. Now the default value of integer is 0, so all the elements in array will have the value 0. Now we need to assign the values. So let us see assigning the values in array. So we can assign the values in array using the index. Now basically the index of array will start from 0. So let us say first we need to write the variable name, and then we need to give a square bracket. In that square bracket we need to mention the index at which we want to assign the value. So I want to assign the value at 0th index. So I have given the 0th index equal to 2. Now here I can give the value whole number only, because if I give 2.5 it will not accept, as our array is of integer data type. So I need to mention a whole number. Now what will happen that at 0th index my value will be 2, change to 2. Then I want to give the value at first index, right? First index the value will be, I want to give value 3. Okay, so I have changed the value of first index also. Similarly I want to change the value of second index. So second index is 5. I want to give the value of 5. Now we are done with the three elements. As you can see our length of array is 3 only, so we can add only 3 elements. The index is starting from 0, so we can add up till second index only, because the three elements will be completed at second index. Now suppose if I write the fourth index, we will get an array we'll get an exception of array out of bound. You can see here. Let us test that. I will run this program, and here you can see I got an uh, error message that array index out of bound exception, and you can see here index 3 out of bound for length 3. So here index 3 is you are like assigning the values greater than the length of the array. You can see my array length is 3 and you are assigning 4 values. So we will get an error of array out of bound index in this type of case. So let us remove the last one and continue understanding how we will access this element. Now once we are done with assigning the values, I want to print all the values present in the array. So for that, printing the values. Now to print the values also we need to use the index. So while accessing also we'll use the index, while assigning the values also we'll use the index. So based on the index only most of the work of array is done. So first we need to write for loop, because we need to print more than one values. We need to print all the values of array. So here I have a suggestion in IntelliJ. I'll go with that for I. So it will create an array for me. Then I first will give I equal to 0, and I should be less than array dot length. Are we? Yeah, length. So here what I have done that first I have started the loop from I equal to 0, and I should be this loop should be iterated till the I is less than the array dot length. Now array dot length will give us the value 3, so less than 3 would be 2. So till second index our loop will be iterated, and this is an incremental statement I plus plus. Okay. Now inside this for loop, we'll write a print statement. Okay. So we have written system.out.println. Now to access an element of array, we need to write the name of array, and in the square brackets we need to give index. Now if here I give 0 index, it will only print the value at 0 index, but I want to print the values of each and every element present in the array. So what I need to do is that I need to give this I here. So first time I would be 0, second time after incremental statement it will be 1, then 2, it will go till 2 because our condition is I should be less than array dot length, and array dot length is 3. So we'll get 0th index, first index and second index. Okay. So save this program and let us see the output. So here you can see I got 2, 3 and 5 that we have assigned 2, 3 and 5. You can see we got all the elements of array. Now we are done with printing the array, printing the values in array also. So let us say, can we now what happened that I don't want this 5 value to be there in the second index of array. I want to change this value to 15. So can we update the values in array? Yes. So you just need to update also the values in array. We need to access that through index only. So let us say update the values in array. Update the value in array. Okay. So at what index I want to update the value? At second index. So here we need to write array. We need to give the index at which I want to update the value. So at second index I want to update the value. Now equal to, you just need to give the updated value. So after updating value, let us print the value at index second to confirm then whether our value is updated from 5 to 15 or not. So after this declare assigning the updated value, let us just write a small print statement to print whether the second index is updated or not. So we need to write a println statement in order to print in console, and then we need to access the index, or we can say access the element. We use index, as you know. So which index we want to access? The second one. So here we will write the second one only. Here I have written I because I wanted to I and for loop because I wanted to print all the elements, but here I just wanted to print the second index to check whether it is updated or not. So I have written array and a second index inside the square bracket. So save this and let us run this program. So here you can see 15. So let us differentiate the all these things. So here I will just write a print statement to differentiate that upper println and the println of updated value. So just I will write this, so we can differentiate the output of the for loop and the updated value. So just run this program again. So here you can see that first when I print the elements of array, we got 2 at 0th index, 3 at first index and 5 at second index. After updating value of 2 here to 15, If I print the value of array at index 2, then my value will be 15. So our value is updated from 5 to 15. This is how you can update the value. So we are done with all the things in one dimensional array. If you have any question about this arrays or anything, you can write that in the comment section. Now lastly, let us understand the internal working of array in Java. This is the extra thing that I am covering in this video. So first, whenever you declare an array, uh, we have a memory allotted in order to run our Java program. So by JVM. So what happens that we have two types of memory, stack and heap. Now heap is used to store the objects and stack is used to store the local variables and its reference. And stack is also used to store different types of different information like method method return type, from where to return in the stack. But as of now, for this example, let us say only variables are, we will see about the variables. Now whenever you declare this array with, here we have a file length of array. So in the heap memory, continuous block of uh, length 5 is assigned to this here, and each block will have 4 bytes, take 4 bytes of space. Now how can we decide that each block will take 4 bytes of space? So here I have an integer array. So one integer array will take 4 bytes of space, and that is the reason why I can say that each block here, when we declare this integer array, will take 4 bytes of space. And this is how a continuous block of uh, array is assigned in the heap. Each will take 4 bytes. And now let us understand what is the value 0 written inside this block. Whenever you create an array, it will be assigned with the default value of data type. Now here I have an integer data type. So default value of integer is 0. So if you have not assigned the values in an array, then the default value will be assigned. In integer, the default value is 0. So each block has 0 value. Now here the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the index of array. This won't be stored, but I have written this here to understand about the arrays, right? Then comes the base address of array. Now base address of array is where the from where the arrays start. Like we can say where the array is, base address. So this base address is stored in the stack beside the variable. So whatever the variable you have declared, beside that the reference to that base address is stored. As you know that arrays are reference data type, so the reference to the array is stored rather than this data here. So we will store 54, the base address where the array is in the heap, in this variable. Now whenever you access the element based on the index or assign the value to the element, it will the JVM will calculate based on a formula uh, the address of the this index, or we can say this block. Based on this base address, the number of bytes each element take, and the index of where you want to assign the value, or you want to get the value of that. Because of the space is important, the index is important, and the base address is important in order to calculate the position, or we can say the memory address of any of the index in the array. So this is how internally the array is stored and we can say managed